Hi, my name is Pastor John Strackbein from Holy Cross Lutheran Church. There's a movie called The Prince's Bride, and in it there's a farm boy, turns pirate, but then he wants to get back and he overcomes all kinds of obstacles to get to his true love, Buttercup. Well, there's a guy in that movie who also is trying to be against him. And he's always saying this thing called says, inconceivable. And he says that every time something doesn't quite go his way and blocks his path. Well, that's just a story. But on the other hand, there is something that's very inconceivable and it's very important. We're talking about God's grace, God's forgiveness of our sins. And not only that, but in faith, God has given us a tremendous privilege to be able to work in His kingdom. The fact that He does that and lets us do that, that's inconceivable from our point of view. Next Sunday, in my sermon, it's going to be from Matthew 20, verses 1 through 16. And that's what we're going to see, this inconceivable grace of God. That God's grace is so wonderful. And basically it is, there's a worker, there is the master owns a vineyard, and he wants people to gather the harvest. So he goes out at different hours of the day, gets people to come and work in the vineyard. When a day is done, he'd agreed with them all to get the same price. No matter one person worked 1 hour, a person worked 10 hours. And there people said, unfair. We should get more money than the people who only worked 1 hour. But the master, or God, said no, for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't work to get heaven. Heaven is by grace. It's what God gives you. And number two, if you think about it, when God gives you the opportunity to work in His kingdom, that is a blessing. That is an inconceivable blessing of grace. So, if you've been a Christian all your life, in the heat of the day, in the battle, that's a blessing. The person only got there the last minute and he still gets into heaven. You think, oh man, he got lucky. No, he missed out. I'd like to invite you to come and learn more about this inconceivable gift of God's grace for you. And then I'd also like to invite you to come to a special worship service. It's I have 41 years of ministry. When I think of that, I said, wow, inconceivable that God would give me that kind of an opportunity. My congregation is going to celebrate that with us in the worship service 4 o'clock, and I'd like to invite all of you to come. So again, yes, do you have the blessings of God? You don't deserve it. It's inconceivable. It's all by the grace of God. And my friends, that's amazing. Hope to see you Sunday.